Fans chanting homophobic slurs got to such a boiling point that Chicago Fire head coach Gregg Berhalter pleaded with fans in the stands to cease. If somehow unaware of the chant, it is a slur that is riddled with homophobia. Because of the chanting, the match between the Fire and Union had to be stopped twice in the second half due to the chants from Fire supporters, wrote Sports Illustrated. One may be asking, how did this all begin? Well, The Guardian breaks it down. Historical accounts say the homophobic chant that has remained persistent in Mexican soccer began in Guadalajara, printed The Guardian. Atlas fans were infuriated by goalkeeper Oswaldo Sanchez's departure from their team and his eventual return to their rivals. That's when they tweaked a traditional gridiron football ritual, building up noise before belting out an anti-gay slur whenever Sanchez took a goal kick. And here is what happens, protocol-wise, when the chant is heard. The first step is to halt the match. The second, if necessary, is to send the players to the locker rooms, and if all else fails, call off the game. On the Chicago Fire radio broadcast, here is how the announcers painted the picture of the scenes that took place.
This is what I'm talking about. This is Jacob Glesner's pumping up the Chicago crowd for no reason. This is it's a classist type of stuff that I'm talking about, unnecessary stuff. They're hyping up the crowd, throwing the arms up, taunting the Chicago crowd unnecessarily. There's no need. You're in first place. Look at this. This is ridiculous.
And the veteran Andre Blake, I like what he's doing here, and basically just shoving Nathan Harry to the side and say he basically just did the championship belt.
But how immature are you? It's immature. It's ridiculous. And like I said, Waterman is in the face of.
Oh, now they're throwing stuff at Andre Blake.
It's because it's just ridiculous taunting nonsense.
Not a good finish to the night or to the season. The Fire fall 3-0. Philadelphia moves on to round 2. Chicago Fire's night and season has now concluded. 3-0 the final. We're back to wrap things up with the Chicago Fire post-match show after this on WLS AM 890.
Interestingly enough, the Fire tried nipping this in the bud years ago. Obviously didn't work, but here is that piece of video.
Fans of Chicago Fire, Red Bulls, great fans in the city of Chicago. We have noticed over the last few games an inappropriate and offensive chant that has been used by some of our fans. It is unbecoming and certainly not reflective of the great city that we live in and the best fans in Major League Soccer. Please be advised that if the chant continues and you are found to be participating, you are subject to removal. If you are near fans who are using offensive language, please advise stadium security so that we can handle them as well. El gran afición de Chicago Fire, por favor, respeto para todos, dignidad. No necesitamos usar lenguaje ofensivo, respeto para todos en todos momentos. Mil gracias al gran afición y al gran ciudad de Chicago. Disfrutad del partido.
And yet, of course, it continues to this day. Berhalter said post-game, "I think that it's not who we are. It's not who we've been all year. We want a type of environment where people love coming to the stadium, love celebrating the game of soccer, and that chant has nothing to do with the game of soccer." The Fire released their own statement, which read, "We're disappointed in the unacceptable chanting that came from a group of supporters at this evening's match. That behavior does not reflect who we are as a club or the values we stand for. The use of derogatory language at our matches is completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated. Chicago Fire FC is committed to fostering an environment where everyone, players, staff, and fans, feel safe and welcome." Lastly, of note, the Fire were eliminated in Game 2 of their first-round series at SeatGeek Stadium, reported Odyssey.com. It marked the Fire's first playoff appearance since the year 2017. Now this team will turn its focus to next season, hoping to build on the success that brought them to the playoffs. It seems fairly obvious what needs to take place. If this sort of chant were to continue, and in this example, Major League Soccer, could be the Chicago Fire, could be the Portland Timbers, I don't really care. If it were to persist, I think the only way of really eradicating this is to have a playoff game with no fans. And yeah, you would penalize a lot of people. But what it would do is send a message, in my view. And I think that message is especially to American soccer fans who, I got to be really, really honest, and sports fans as a whole, we are blindly compliant and we don't really have any great chants that we've put forth. We need to learn from the Brits on how to chant at sporting events. Our chants are awful. Awful. I believe that we will win. USA, like we need to do better on that front. But what I would say is you start handing out these punishments, American sports fans will just go with it. And that would be drastic and it would be pretty extreme. But if any organization wants to be done with this completely and they want to send a message, that could probably be the next step here. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.